from the KSN 16 Freeman Health System live First Alert Doppler Storm Center. Weather with Shelbi Schauble.
Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. We are slowly but surely moving through this week. Was it a little hard getting up this morning? I know it's always hard waking up after a holiday, but hopefully you guys enjoyed your Labor Day yesterday and the rain didn't get in the way of your plans too much. We'll see more of this isolated rain throughout today, and then we could also have a couple storms. Nothing severe for today, but tomorrow evening we are monitoring the chance for some of that severe weather to hit the 4 states. Our Wesco home furnishing shower cam right here. All right, you know, it's dark outside. That's usual for this time of the morning. I'm hopefully waiting to see that sunshine come through because we didn't get any of it yesterday, or not much of it at all. But our Freeman Health First Alert Doppler showing us on the radar off to our west. We got some showers and storms making their way through, a bit of a slower pace for our start. We'll see that likely start to diminish a little bit as it pushes through throughout this morning and into our afternoon. But you know, it's not, you know, pushing out the way the fog. You're going to wake up and see a lot of that condensation on your car. I woke this morning and I was like, is it rain? Is it fog? Yes, it is just quite moist outside. A lot of that humidity is still going to be a factor just from the residual moisture from the showers and storms of yesterday, and our water vapor radar does still show some of that cloud cover, but a bit more of that drier air off to our west. We are not expected to be on the drier side, though. We're going to see more of that shortwave energy start to influence us over the next several days, really deeply building into the 4 states. That's going to bring us more of that rain, possibly some instability as well, which could fuel possibly for us some severe weather as we continue to move into the next several days, specifically going into the midweek mark on Wednesday into our evening. We're going to tomorrow be looking possibly for some threats to come through. The biggest threats are going to be some damaging wind gusts between 50 to 60 miles an hour, and then also some larger size hail up to an inch. A marginal risk for a majority of the 4 states. But as you get more so to our western portion of southeast Kansas, they are under that slight risk. Again, this is for tomorrow evening, so you do want to be weather aware. We'll, of course, have updates going into this evening, and also I'll have more updates tomorrow morning. But right now, this is currently what we are reported to possibly see tomorrow in the evening. Now, most of tomorrow will be on the drier side as far as our day goes. We're not expecting to see any showers and storms so far. It'll be more so for our early evening throughout our evening into the early overnight hours, and we'll also possibly see some of our northern portions of the 4 states far north be under that marginal risk for some of that excessive rainfall, which is a 1 out of 4 right there. But our highs for today, Joplin around 81 degrees, Monette as well, and then we got Stockton 82. Not a bad day for us. Still below that average. That is not unusual, though. That trend has been going on over the past several weeks, and then we'll start to drop down for our lows into the 50s and 60s. Joplin around 61, Grove 60, and Miami 62. There's your KSN forecast from your local weather authority. That hot sales for us today. Nothing severe, though, just some lighter activity, and some areas will be drier. Got our Wesco home furnishings tower cam. Here comes the sun. Who had a hard time waking up this morning? Raise your hand. I didn't. I had work yesterday, so I know you did if you enjoyed the holiday. Hopefully you had a great Labor Day. We're so happy you joined us this morning. Taking the beautiful view. Hopefully you're watching from the comfort of your couch, got your nice cup of coffee before you got to get the kids up, send them off to school. Our Freeman First Alert Doppler, look at this off to our west, got a couple showers and isolated storms moving in from the west. Most of this activity will actually really be along and south of I-44 for today. A lot of that cloud cover is also off to our north, but we're seeing some instances of that patchy fog this morning. Luckily, nothing will have an impact on your commute, so you can get to work smoothly. Not even anticipate to see some wet roads. Even if you do see a little bit of drizzle out there, might have an effect on your lunch, as we're expecting to see more of that activity possibly this afternoon. But a drier air mass is off to our west and our south. Still experiencing some of that shortwave disturbance. That is providing us with that rain that we'll see today, and that we'll also anticipate going into the midweek mark tomorrow. We do have the chances to see some severe weather tomorrow. The biggest threats are going to be larger size hail up to an inch, and also possibly some damaging wind gusts between 50 to 60 miles an hour. This is for tomorrow afternoon into our evening, and we'll see this come through as we have more influences from a cold front that'll be coming in, a strong cold front that'll deliver us a lot of this rain as we get closer to the midweek mark, specifically monitoring progressing into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then we can expect a second front to move in on Friday, which will deliver us a second wave of rain chances. Nothing severe anticipated for this activity. But this was the marginal threat and slight threat I was talking about. Now tomorrow, a lot of this activity will shift from south to north. We'll see a lot of this really along and north of I-44, and that is being shown here as southeast Kansas is going to be under that slight risk 2 out of 5 for severe weather, and then the rest of us, for the 4 states or majority of us, will be under that marginal risk 1 out of 5. Biggest threats, winds and hail. As always, we'll have more updates as we progress throughout today and tomorrow, but we'll also tomorrow see a marginal risk further off to our north for some of that excessive rainfall. Barely really missing us, or we're on the edge of that, so most of us will not see rain be as much of a threat, so that's good. In the case of flooding, we won't be looking at that as really a risk, but Nevada could see a bit more of that rain come in, so we will be monitoring that possibly for some aerial flood watches. But our highs for today, Joplin around 81 degrees, 82 in Miami, and Pittsburgh 80 as well. We'll be seeing those temperatures be in that range before we start to drop off this evening into the 50s and the 60s. It will be cooler, so keep that jacket on you and umbrella. There's your KSN forecast from Local Weather Authority. Isolated storms for us today. That really won't be the focal point of our day, but you still got to just know that if you feel some drizzle out there and see some thunder, or hear some thunder, see some lightning, that is why. We'll have some gradual clearing though this evening, and then the next several days we'll have on and off periods of some showers.